Welcome to the basement. Today we have Kaden. Kaden is a runner at our school. He's an awesome kid. He's a good kid. He plays guitar. He sings. He does all that cool stuff. He's a cool guy. Introduce yourself. What do you like to do? What's up?
My name's Kaden. I like to run. Blair already said that. So I run all the time. I'm also active in 4-H, if you know what 4-H is. My favorite sport, though, probably basketball. So that's all about me. So I like music. I like playing piano, too. So
yeah, piano's pretty
Awesome.
cool.
yeah, I love piano.
That's probably my favorite instrument because
Yeah.
like, you can do anything with
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the instrument I wish I could play.
Well, it's also the easiest instrument to learn.
You think so?
I'd argue it's the easiest instrument to learn and the hardest to master.
I
'Cause
would.
You can just, there's
For
so much you
for
can do.
sure. Like I learned to play. I mean, I had piano class at school, but I learned to play by ear, mostly
Yeah.
by like YouTube and by myself. So
Yeah.
it's just about learning the notes 1st,
Mhm.
and so.
Yeah, I've learned guitar and bass guitar and stand-up bass, but that was a while ago.
I learned bass at home.
Yeah, bass is an easy instrument, and guitar is too. It really
yeah,
is.
It's not bad.
Now it's. I feel
Especially
like
if all you do is play chords.
I feel like any instrument is tough to learn, but or to master. I mean, sorry.
But like piano is probably the hardest because
Yeah.
like.
But like violin and stand-up bass and cello, that's tough to master as well.
But you see people on like piano like literally taking all 88 keys
But
Yeah.
in like 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
That's on my bucket list. Become a piano wizard.
Yeah.
Like,
That'd be fun.
Yeah, like just it's like amazing just to see people just like do those crazy runs and
Yeah.
on the piano. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and like, but have you seen like a master celloist?
yeah,
Yeah,
Pepe.
Dude, that's some tough stuff.
Yeah, but it's no piano master.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm gonna get into the first topic of our day.
This is
and,
very controversial,
yeah.
Yeah, this is a-
already-
and I do not agree
We have already established that we disagree
with either of them.
yeah.
Um,
This is gonna get a little heated today. So
this
sorry for you
is-
viewers. but-
This isn't about just civil union in the United States. This is specifically gay marriage. This is not about a civil union, but we're using the term marriage. That's very important to my perspective on this argument. So, Blower, what are your thoughts?
It's completely fine to me. Like, it's completely fine legally, for someone to marry someone of a different, or of the same sex. Excuse me.
Kaden?
Well, I completely disagree. I mean, like,
I
it's just
understand.
yeah.
I
I mean, it's just like where I'm coming from. I'm Christian, and I believe like that I follow the Bible. Okay, and like I just believe that the Bible like has some flags that maybe point like towards it's not the right thing to do. Plus, it's not the traditional like, you know what I'm saying, like it's not the traditional household. So like most Americans just have. I think it was about 3% of the population that is actually gay. So you take that and you take most of the Americans are straight. So I just think like it's better to have just a man and a woman together. So
Here are my thoughts. And the civil union versus marriage thing is very, very important in this topic to me, because I am not a Christian and I don't, I'm not basing this on any of those morals. But marriage has a very specific set of, contingencies, and one of them is that it's between a man and a woman. I think gay people, legally, it's up in the air. You can do whatever you want.
yeah,
I'm for the least legislation as we can possibly have. But I think the idea behind marriage is that it's supposed to be for man and woman. And I'm totally down for, a civil union between two gay people. That's fine by me. I don't care if two gay people want to become a civil union and, live together and all that. But marriage is a very specific process, and I don't think that fits the criteria.
So they cannot become. So you don't believe that they could
Two
become.
gay people cannot become man and wife.
Okay.
For me, it's the details.
I'm
It's
gonna give.
very
it's more
specifics.
like for me it's more like the guy and the man and the woman both have different qualities that work together to create as like a foundation of a good household. Now, granted, there's not everyone has that in their household. That people that like have divorced parents. That's really common nowadays. So, I mean, it's not always the case, but I just think that a man has certain qualities, and then a woman has certain qualities that, I mean, like we've always talked about equality for women. So like they're not like for sports or for anything like that. So I just think that I'm just standing my ground for that. So
Yeah, as far as if a child is not involved, I don't care at all. But I think the marriage thing, it's really just the semantics there. But what we're gonna bridge us into is LGBT adoption, and I don't know if do you guys want to go into that now?
I want to, before we end the gay marriage thing, from my point of view, I think we should take marriage completely out of the government.
Oh yeah,
make it
sure.
and only a religious thing. If make it up to you. I don't think you should have to go through the government to become married, because honestly, who keeps their marriage certificate from the government hanging up on their wall? No one. Now, however, getting married through a church, that means something to people.
Yeah.
So I think we should take it out of the government. However, I think from both points of view, because I know Kaden is a big Christian and I know Buster is not, I think it's still, I understand that in Christianity it is a sin, but either way, you should love all people, and although it is a sin, sins are committed by everyone, and a sin is a sin. So,
however,
if from the other point of view, I still think, we should accept them. And if we want our social disparity in the country to not be so terrible and like everyone's just going at each other all the time, we need to start accepting other people's opinions instead of just. And that's what I like about you guys. You guys are like, we're having a simple conversation about this. We're not like yelling at each other, and we just have different opinions.
But I don't think an opinion deserves to be respected. I think.
Well, there's nothing but opinions.
Well,
this is not fact.
There's reasoning.
There's reasons for opinions, but they're not fact.
What an opinion should be respected once it has a reasoning behind it. If someone came up to me and said they hate Jews,
why?
They say they don't like Jews. I say I don't respect that.
Yeah.
I've never heard an argument that someone hates Jews that I could understand because it's unreasonable. They never have a reason for it.
No.
But for something like let's see. I'm trying to think of something what's something I disagree with?
Socialism.
Yeah, okay. So I disagree with socialism, but if someone came up to me and they said, I like socialism, here's why, and they give me a logical reason for it, I can respect that opinion.
Yeah.
But only once. People do not deserve respect for anything. You have to earn respect. I think I believe that. But you don't necessarily warrant disrespect either. Like, I'm not going to be rude to somebody, but I'm not going to, accept their opinion with open arms unless they bring me a reason to.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that, but I don't know. I think you can look at it from two different views, and I think it's okay that we have different opinions. But I see.
Again, mine is not from a Christian perspective.
Yeah, and I understand.
Mine is a secular perspective about the definition of what that is. And as far as religious freedom goes, I think you're entitled to practice it how you want. And if you're an established church, it should be your prerogative to deny these people service if you really want to. However, if you are like a more progressive Christian branch, like I think Episcopalians tend to be a little more progressive and open.
I don't think any. I don't think any. If I was like in any situation of you have different kinds of You have, your Catholics, your Baptists, your Methodists. I think in any situation they should accept them because they accept sinners every day.
Yeah, that's what I mean. My dad's a preacher, and he always talks about, that's like we want these people to come into the church. We accept everyone with open arms. We're not just gonna send you out of the church just because you're gay.
But the thing
Like
is,
the gay conversion therapy, that's just terrible. Like,
again, I'm not on the inside of this, and I don't like gay conversion therapy, especially because
it's terrible.
And I don't think being gay is morally reprehensible, but I do think that if you go to a church and they're not comfortable with that, they don't need to do it. It should not be required. Simply, if they just believe that what that is goes against what marriage is, which it seems to me that's the fundamental argument behind a lot of this. Well, it makes sense to me that they don't have to, because marriage is a religious concept, and you're not entitled to any religion, But if two gay people, I guess, wanted to make their own denomination where they reformed the Bible or something, but I don't know if people would be into that. So I don't really care either way. But as far as marriage goes, it looks to me like what that term means is between a man and woman. But that's up to interpretation. I'm just taking stuff at face value here.
And I'm fine with your opinion, and I guess you'd be fine with my opinion, correct?
Yeah.
And I think that's what people should go about this. Like you shouldn't be. I feel like a lot of people get into this, topic a lot.
Yeah.
I think we should accept each other's opinions and just be human.
And
Yeah,
again,
this
I think we all concur that we should accept gay people. It's just
Oh yeah, we should treat them the same. Like
Yeah.
I would never discriminate someone just because they're gay.
No.
Yeah.
I would accept them and treat them just the same as I would treat anyone else.
Yeah. You shouldn't
So-
discriminate against anyone,
Yeah.
for any
It's
reason.
unless they're a pedophile
That's just
or like a serial rapist or murderer.
okay. That's just terrible.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't discriminate against anyone for based on sexual orientation or race or sex
Or what they believe.
Or what they
Because you have
believe.
an opinion just as
what
they
they look
do.
like
So.
or anything like that.
It's really their actions that would
Now actions, yes, actions are different.
Yeah.
Because actions, yes, because
However,
people do terrible things.
This next thing that we're going into that I mentioned was LGBT adoption.
And I
This-
disagree. I disagree with
know.
your points again.
I know this. I'm holding fast to this one, and this is not founded in religion. This is, I think it's founded in psychology, and it can be. I can be supported with studies. Children are important, and we have to protect them. And I can't understate how can't overstate. Sorry, how important they are. They are the fundamental thing we should be striving to save and support. And
They're the
make
future.
best
They're the future.
possible.
Yeah.
And we have to put them in ideal households before we can do anything else. And the ideal household is a man and a woman.
Yep, I'm gonna have to agree with Buster on this
Just
one.
like I wouldn't want a single man to adopt a child. I wouldn't want a single woman to adopt a child. I wouldn't want two men to adopt a child. I wouldn't want two women.
Wait,
to
you
adopt
wouldn't
a
want a
child.
single woman to adopt a child,
No,
or single?
no. The only adoption should be open to a man and a woman in a stable relationship only. Both components are absolutely vital to the child's development. If you deprive them of either of them, you're doing them a great disservice, and they're going to feel the effects of that later in life. Single mothers and single fathers quantifiably do not raise as good children as a woman and a man do together. There are studies on this. I didn't bring evidence because we don't really do that. But
Yeah.
if you care enough, you could look into it if you want to dispute it.
Caden?
I mean, there's countless. I mean, I'm gonna still go with Buster on this one. I mean, there's countless of people nowadays that I know, like my friends and stuff, who say they wish they had a dad growing up, And so, like, I mean, I don't know if Buster's situation, but I know me and Blower both have dads. And so, like, and moms. So, like, it's, to me, it's very important that, like I said earlier, a man has certain qualities that a woman counteracts, and they both go together like two peas in a pod. So,
Yeah, you can't get, these things can't be replicated. Like, yes, in a gay relationship, you'll oftentimes have a more masculine
mm-hmm.
man and a more
That's
feminine
common
man,
nowadays. Yeah.
or a more masculine woman and a feminine woman. But even biologically, these things are not the same. They do not act the same in the fundamental makeup.
Okay. I do not have evidence to back my claims up. I don't. And I understand. I've seen the studies you've seen. We've seen the same studies. We've seen the same exact ones. We've taken the same amount of psychology. We both have a psychology credit in college.
Well, it doesn't mean
college credit.
anything.
That means something. It means we have a basic understanding of psychology.
Well, we didn't really go over that in the class.
Yeah, we did.
On
Yeah.
developmental psychology
Yeah,
regarding
we did.
gay and straight relationships.
Yes, we went over. Don't you remember? We had the same class.
I looked into it on my own.
No, we had it in there when we were talking about the human development.
Did we talk about
Yeah.
it? Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. I disagree completely.
Wait, were you in Mr. White? Or Mr.
Yes,
White?
Mr. White.
Yeah. So was I.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I could count. I could make a list with 100 names right now of kids with single mothers, single fathers, gay or lesbian parents who are 10 times greater than the average student or person that is our age. I don't know what they will turn out like later, but now they're great people. They're way better than most people. I know people with both parents, money, they have everything, and they're terrible.
We can't
They're
qualify
waste.
on what they are now.
Well, for what they are now, they're not looking like they're going to turn out as anything productive. They're waste. And then I know people who grew up with nothing, with one parent, no money, 10 times greater. Kids, students, they're smart. They're going to college for free. It's not based. I do not think it is based off your parents. I think it is based off other factors and how you are treated by your parent or parents or your guardians or who looked at it. It doesn't. You don't even need parents.
That is
a guardian.
Okay.
That is
For
false.
this, we have to look for
A grandparent.
Well, that can count.
How that affects that does. Okay. I don't think you need a dad and a mom.
I think
You do not
absolutely
need-
do.
I think
They're
if a
both
teacher,
vital.
I think if one of my teachers took in a student and then raised them for 5 years, like let's say I was in elementary school and one of my students was taken in by let's say my kindergarten teacher. He was a great guy. I think that kid would have been just as good as a kid with both parents and money and everything. I think that kid may have been better.
However, we can't look at their emotional and we can't evaluate their emotional. I guess the term is emotional intelligence. That's not really. It doesn't sound like what it means.
What are we
necessarily.
determining it off of then? Well, how do we determine someone's success as a human being?
We at this table cannot evaluate their emotional intelligence. We don't have the tools. We don't have the resources for that.
Okay, well
But
if a kid
we
has
need to
both parents,
You must look at psychological studies because they know how to do this.
so
They
a
are
kid
qualified.
psychologically would not benefit from having both parents. But
They would.
how?
They absolutely would.
For
Their mental state would be
would
better.
not benefit from having not of the two or only one parent or gay parents. Or, how though?
A mother and a father both provide elements that are necessary in human development.
Like what?
like a mother's love, like
But I feel like one guardian could give that. I don't think you have to have both.
They provide different things at the basis of their character.
But the kids are just as good human beings. I think their lives are just as good.
Perhaps their morals are just as good, and their grades. If you're basing it off their grades and their behavior.
Well, if you're not unhappy and you're not unsuccessful, then what's bad about life? There's nothing wrong.
Well, I'll put it this way. I do think that I don't know.
your happiness and success is all that can be determined. And if that is not wrong, if that is not bad, then there's nothing wrong with it.
Say a kid's parent dies, both of them, and they need a quick, they need to be cared for, and just one person takes care of them because it's a tough situation. I totally understand that. That's fine. But whenever kids are in a situation where, they're relatively stable, and there are people that could eventually, a man and a woman could eventually come across this kid in an adoption center, that's much preferable, in my opinion, to a single man or a single woman, or two men or two women.
Dude, that is not right. Dude, it would be based on the factors of if the two men were nice, good citizens they had no criminal record, they had good stable jobs, they had a good education, and they were just better people if they were like interviewed by the foster home or whatnot. And then the man and the wife didn't have stable jobs, may have done something in the past that still haunts them and did terrible. I would pick the two fathers every day. I mean,
okay,
I believe it's on the factors.
The man and woman would have already been disqualified
based on their previous history.
They would have already been disqualified.
But either way, like, they don't have stable jobs, and
they would have already been disqualified. That's my point. They
would have
already been disqualified. We need to be, our qualifications should just be higher.
So what you're saying is
that's like saying, okay, we have this.
So what if what you're saying is if the
heroin.
parents are in the exact same conditions, almost identical conditions, but it's between a man and a wife and a man and a man, you would pick the man and the wife.
I would, and I think that adoption centers should too. They really ought to.
Okay, so I got a question, Buster. So say there's a kid in a foster home, okay? So would you rather him stay in the foster home or get adopted by gay parents?
I think there should be a process time that say kid's in here X amount of months and he does not get adopted. Then after a while you're like, well, he needs to go somewhere. So you open that up. I think man and wife have a priority time, and then after that it opens up to the singles and the gays, because it is important that a kid has a home, but I think man and wife priority should be integrated into adoption centers.
I think so too.
We'll go ahead and end off on this note. I don't see it. I'm too much of a all people are equal kind of person.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would disagree with me on this, but I'm just looking. Yeah. I put a lot of emphasis on children in society.
My whole political view is that all people should be equal, and not in the way, I feel like both sides of the argument on if we're speaking in terms of Democrat and Republican or liberal and conservative would probably not ally with me because I sound more liberal, but at the same time I'm probably much more libertarian.
I'm just trying to argue from a logical perspective.
I don't care. Everyone is equal, and I think it should always be ran like that. I just think everyone should be equal in that. That's okay.
All right.
But we'll go on to our next talking about. Are we gonna go into the Equality Act right now?
That's right. We're gonna go to the Equality Act.
All right.
Okay, the Equality Act. So Buster, you want to explain this?
I don't think I do a sufficient job.
Kaden?
So, I mean, you got it.
Well, the Equality Act was brought up the other day in class about discrimination against sex and sexual orientation.
So, like businesses.
Yeah, so like businesses cannot discriminate based on sexual orientation.
So
sex.
Say if somebody was gay and they walked into Chipotle or something like that, and they were denied service just because they were gay. That's the Equality Act.
Was it
The
based
reason I'm
on
not
service
sure-
or was it based on like I'm
It's
blanking.
both, I think.
Was it both?
Yeah.
But the reason I didn't want to take it is because I don't know what the line is, because I'm not sure if it's religious, based on religious beliefs, or based on sexual beliefs, or just discrimination. I'm not sure what the details.
I
are
don't
on
think it's
that.
religious.
It's not religious. It's just based on
Sexual orientation.
so like we were do you want me to go ahead and give my opinion on
Sure.
this?
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, this is where I'm not liberal. I think all people should be equal. I think everyone should treat each other with the same amount of respect, unless obviously there's factors in your actions that would downgrade your respect, like we were talking about earlier. But when it comes to just human beings, good human beings, I think we should treat each other with the utmost respect. However, in instances like these, I need to trust people that they will treat people with the utmost respect, because I don't want the government controlling what is and isn't discrimination. Because where's the line? If you eventually, when you start putting out these discrimination laws, eventually you need to find where that line is. Because if someone is fired and then they go and say, well, I was fired because I am gay or I'm a transgender, where's the line? I think that's a terrible thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion. And that would make your business look very bad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the government should not control that, because where's the line? And I don't want that line to be, too high or too low or whatever. I think there shouldn't be a line. I think the government should not be involved in it, just like marriage should not be involved in it. The government should be involved as in little things as possible. And this is one of them. But I am hoping that people don't need the government to treat other people with respect.
See, I'm sort of like you. I think the government shouldn't be involved. I agree with that. But I don't think people should be expected to treat other people with respect. So if I go into Jimbo's shop and
Jimbo shop?
I'm going into this guy named Jimbo's shop.
Jimbo's shop.
And he sells stuff, and I want to buy some stuff. And I wear this shirt, this purple dress shirt with the top button. And he notices I have the top button buttoned.
Okay.
And he hates it. He says, "You get out of my shop, you city slicker. You get on. You get out of here." Well, I should be expected to scurry on out. Okay, this is Jimbo's shop, not mine. That's private property. If he doesn't want to sell his goods to me, so be it. I need to go somewhere else to get these goods. However, if enough people say Jimbo's also a wild racist and he hates black people, he kicks out enough black people that people don't like Jimbo's shop, and the government's not involved ever. So these people don't like Jimbo's shop. They say, Jimbo does sell this stuff, but he's a real jerk. I'm not going to Jimbo's shop anymore.
And
All
boycott
of a
it.
sudden, Jimbo either has a decision to make. Either he starts serving these people more, or his business falls through, and that's how it should be. All these Jimbos that are disrespectful, business might still work for them, but if it doesn't, they need to deal with it themselves.
Yeah, that's exactly, it lines up with my opinion. I just think, like you said, government should be out of it, and they should have the right to tell people no, but there's a line. There's always a line. So, yeah, good point, Buster.
Okay, guess that means we're going.
Seems like we're all
Seems like we're done with
even
that.
ground here.
We're pretty even there. But
Okay, we're gonna go back to maybe uneven ground, maybe not. I'm not sure what you think.
it's gonna be uneven.
We're gonna talk about transgender athletes, and this is pretty much from one side to the other. To the other side, it's not really a fair trade-off as far as argument goes, but the main argument is going to be about male transgender to female.
Or
because
female to male.
But with female to male, the physical dominance isn't as
Well, I don't know.
prevalent. Because with male to female, they still have all of the whenever the metabolic processes of males and females are different, where the female has more fat saved up in her, her chest and her, her
Buster.
But
Hey,
with
this
males,
is PG-13.
With males, a lot of that becomes muscle, and as a result, men are typically at their peak physically more capable than females. You can see this with like the Marines and stuff, where I also disagree with the way they do that, because I think everybody all Marines should be held to the same standard, whether they're male or female, but they're not, because females are predictably not as physically capable.
I see an argument between me and Buster coming along.
So we're going back to the transgender athlete thing. Males do have more muscular build than females do, naturally. So whenever you have a person with male physicality that becomes a female, they are physically superior to almost every other female. If they are a peak male that becomes a female, they will easily dominate the females. And this becomes a problem whenever you say you have a track and field event, and there happens to be a transgender male to female on the female race. They will reliably outperform the females. That's just true, because they are physically superior. And it's not really fair. They do want to identify as female now, and that's a whole different argument. I'm not going to try to stop them, but I do want the sport in these to remain as fair as possible, and I don't think that's really fair.
Yeah, so from my point of view, since I run cross country and track, I definitely see a problem with this. If I was I've been racing, and so literally if a girl, say if I was on the girls team and I was a girl, and there was a guy that like transgender, I don't know, so went into a girl. So if he, whatever, was out there running and like would win every single race, I would be mad, first of all. But even though I'm not a sore loser, but it's just the fact that like these people, you never know, for whatever reason they could be taking advantage of that situation. You never know, but I just think that I don't agree with transgenderism in the first place. So this just blower.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. I had to say that because everybody's been saying my point of view. Everybody's been saying from my point of view, so I said from my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Oh,
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
I had to pull that one.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be slick, but it wasn't slick. Okay. To lighten the mood a little bit. Again, I disagree with you guys. I think it's...
Oof.
I'm sorry, guys. Number one, I think all people are equal. Like the Marines. If a woman could do it, a male could do it.
The female standards are lower in the Marines.
I don't agree with that. I think the standards should be the same, and if a female can do it, then they should be admitted. If a male can do it.
Female race. The race is for females.
No, the Marines.
I know.
Yes.
But we're talking about a female race, a race for females.
But
where you have
in the
biological man racing as a female.
In the case of the Marines, I think if a woman could pass the test, then she should be admitted. If a male could pass the test, he should be admitted.
Sure.
And that should be the end of story.
Sure.
In the case of sports, I think they should both be able to compete how they choose. And
in a genderless, I forget the term, but in a both gender inclusive race, all bets are off the table. You can do whatever. But whenever it is a female race, based on the standards of a biological female, it's not fair.
Well, they just take gender out of sports completely.
And then females stop winning.
How do you know that?
Blower,
I mean,
biologically, this can be proven. We are not biological equals. And it's the same thing with white people and black people. We're not biologically equal.
No.
This isn't, I'm going to say this in a strange way, but most African Americans were selectively bred over the years through the slave process. The most physically fit black male was, I don't like using this word, and I think it's wrong, but they were bred with the other females in order to produce the most adequate, efficient, and effective slaves. So now you see a lot of physically superior African American males. Like in football, you'll see tons of black people because, you know, they are stronger. They really are.
Yeah.
And it's quantifiable. You know, their muscle mass is even, you know, physically. You can analyze the differences between black people and white people. You can analyze the differences between males and females, and they are there. The physical differences are there.
through right and wrong, I still stand my case. I feel like all people should be treated with the equal respect
So
and with
you're
equal
telling me-
opportunity.
I feel like
No matter
we're
what.
on Steven Crowder's Change My Mind right now.
Let's see. So you're telling me,
it's like Chase Blower changed my mind.
you're telling me I could stroll up to a female race now at what time is it? 9:16.
16.
I could stroll up at 9:16 to a female-only race. Be
Okay.
like, I am a female. You need to let me run in your race.
I don't think there should be gender involved in stuff like racing. Just take it out. We're all human beings. Let's race.
We've already said this. That means females wouldn't win anymore.
How do you know that? I've been
Becau-
beaten. I've been beaten by countless women.
That's because you're not a physically peak fit male. You are not at your peak
Caden's
fitness.
been beaten. Caden's a great runner,
Yeah.
but
But
there
he's
are
not at peak
girls.
fitness.
There are girls who
Tori
can beat
Starcher. Tori
that could
Starcher, if you're
beat
listening,
him.
you're a god.
just because
Listen, a female is never going to beat Usain Bolt.
they've
She's not
they become very close.
close, but they're not going to win.
I
They're not.
disagree with that. I think
The males are physically superior, and that's not.
I don't.
That's not
I
me
just do
being
not believe in
discriminatory.
superiority. I think
It
it's
is
based on factors.
It is a quantifiable fact that males have a tendency to be physically superior, where females automatically have fat stored in their breasts and down there. Males don't get that
I'm
automatically.
sorry. I think it's possible. I think it's possible that a female could beat a male just as a male could beat a female. In
Not
a
just
sport.
as. Here, let me talk about this.
I don't think you'll change my mind.
But
Here we go.
It's even more clear here. I don't know how you could disagree with this. A transgender male to female
Okay.
participated in, I think it was the Texas State Wrestling Competition.
And she won.
You want to know who won? She did.
Yes.
You know why? She had biological superiority.
Why did she win?
She had
'Cause she was the best wrestler.
Yes, she was, because she was a biological male.
I think she could have been beaten though. I don't think she automatically won that. You still have to win.
That's not fair, Blower.
It's not fair.
That's fine. That's your opinion.
It
I
was
think
a
it's fine.
female wrestling competition with a biological male. And of course, so long as these competitions are private, there shouldn't be legislation against it.
No.
Let me make that perfectly clear.
Yeah.
There should not
That
be.
should be that should be
organized
based
by the
on
organization.
the organization should pick and choose who can compete and who shouldn't. But in my opinion, I would let anyone compete, no matter on what gender, and that's just how I see it.
And from the opposite way,
I think a female should be able to play football. I'm fine with that.
Transgender female to male.
But it's her decision, obviously.
With a transgender female to male, it kind of makes me. It does make me feel bad because we can't do anything to make it easier on them, and I don't want to make them stay in the female league because it's going to be much harder for them to compete with the males because they are physically not the same. But you can't change.
You want that water?
I'm good.
I'll take it.
So with transgender male to female, the imposition is on all the other females, but with transgender female to male, the transgender male will be, less apt than the males she's competing with or he's competing with. So that's going to be tough for them to keep up. And I'm not going to force them to compete in their own leagues, from their previous perspective. I don't have a solution, but I know that biological males should not be competing with biological females. It's just not a fair fight.
Well, we have like we said before, we have different opinions, but that's okay. Do you want to have one last word before we switch it to our last more?
Yeah. I just want to bring up something. So we talked about man to man going to a woman competition. So what about a woman to a man's competition?
Yeah, I just slightly talked about that. She would have a much tougher time at a competition. She wouldn't be able to compete. And
so
it sucks. It's sad.
So we talked about in class the other day about that U.S. women's soccer player who they were considering to let kick in the NFL, the first woman to be an NFL player and kick. So what do you guys think? Do you think she would hold her own, or do you think she would have a fair chance? Or
just as far as the males.
Yeah,
just as accurate.
Do you think she would get hurt though?
I mean, she could.
I think she's more likely to be hurt. Yeah.
I personally, I wouldn't put her in there.
I'd be okay with it. I'm not super into the NFL, and I don't really care either way if they do. But I feel like she might get hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell him what to do, but I think she might.
It's her choice if she gets offered. I mean, that's up to her.
Yeah, it is her choice. But
yeah, ultimately it is. So
yeah.
We'll go ahead and switch it though. We've been talking about this almost.
Yeah, here's another thing. It's a little more light, depending on which way you're looking at it. It's a little more lighthearted, but it also could be a much darker topic. We're talking about conspiracy theories. If you're an outsider looking in on conspiracy theories, it's pretty fun. But if you some of them, if you actually believe them, you're not gonna have fun.
Yeah, but they're fun to talk about, and
like with September 11th. Say you don't believe the government struck down the Twin Towers.
I do not.
So you can look at it without too much seriousness.
And I haven't looked that far into it, other than the Joe Rogan episodes with Alex Jones and who's the other guy? Who's the other dude? You watch those? I don't know, but they talk about Tower 7 and whatever, and all that good stuff. But please inform. I want you. Do you guys both know a lot about this stuff?
I know a little bit about it.
Just a little bit.
I know.
Well, please inform me, because I don't.
That I'm going to make my mind up on. I know enough to make my mind up on.
Do we have a few conspiracy theories we want to talk about?
Yeah, Kaden mentioned one.
I was
captivated by.
At the end of each, let's all vote on if we agree or disagree that it could be real or unreal.
Okay,
right.
We'll have three positions: not real, skeptical, and it's.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, I'm gonna start with one that's kind of weird. Okay, so during the government shutdown, right? So who actually saw a bird?
I actually didn't. I do not remember a single bird while the government was shut. I really don't.
Do you think that somehow
that's something you don't remember though? But still, I don't remember any birds. Like, I don't remember birds recently. Like,
yeah,
I usually wake up.
That's
to
a
the
fair
sounds
point,
of,
but
when I wake up, I hear birds like chirping in my backyard, but I haven't heard any lately.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like,
yeah, for me, it's totally up in the air because I usually don't pay attention to birds.
Me either.
However, I don't doubt the government's ability to spy on its citizens. So, See, I'm over here thinking that they're going to put nanobots out here to spy on us everywhere. So the fact that maybe they have a bird spying on us, that's possible too.
Okay, you want to go ahead and vote on this? Caden, you want to go first? Real, skeptical, or unreal?
I'm gonna go skeptical.
I'm gonna go with skeptical.
I'm also going to go with skeptical.
I mean, it's kind of out there, but like,
It's the government.
it's the government, and I
Never
haven't
know,
seen
man.
a bird in like months.
I think the worst thing the government has ever done that I know about is, I think it's called Project Sunshine. After they dropped nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they went overseas and collected the limbs of dead babies and dead people to study them. That's real. Project Sunshine. The United States government did that.
Wow.
So I don't doubt the government doing evil things anymore.
The government
at all.
is terrible.
I can't. That's like, I do not trust my government at all because of Project Sunshine.
Yeah. See. Okay. So
Or
we'll go ahead and move on to
Operation
the next
Sunshine,
one.
yes.
So speaking of the government, so
It's always the government.
yeah.
The
So
government's always.
and about them watching all the time. You brought that up, Buster. So if you have an iPhone, there's a feature on the iPhone called Live Photo. Okay. So if you take a selfie, okay, you can make sure the flash is on. You can hold, like, I always do this, you can hold up a peace sign, and then right before you take the photo, you put it down, and then you take it. So, and it turns out when you hold down the live photo that it shows the peace sign even though you took it down before you took the picture. So that's just bringing up, like, is the government always watching? Because there's no way that the phone would know that you were about to take the picture.
And we absolutely know for sure that the government is sometimes watching. We know they have
Alexa.
that ability. We just don't know if they're always watching on every device. And I'm leaning towards yes, they are. But I can't do anything about it here and now today. Maybe at some point there will be some people's coalition to destroy the NSA or something, and I'd be down for that. But
Okay, let's vote.
oh yeah,
Real.
totally.
Real.
The FBI director has a piece of tape over the camera on his laptop. And it's-
FBI
If
that's
director
not
does
saying
trust
something,
the
man.
CIA. Yeah, the FBI director knows what's up.
You're real as well, I'm guessing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, my mom's computers got hacked before, and like, it was like one of the scariest things. Like, and like she had to put tape over her computer too. So
Oh, yeah. Celebrities have had their computers hacked, and they've been, like, taking, like, pictures
Yeah,
of,
naked
like,
pictures and stuff.
that sucks.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
I don't like violation of privacy.
Me either.
Here's something that we might not agree on.
Let's do one or two
Oh.
more conspiracy
We'll
theories.
do two more.
Two more.
Okay.
The CIA killed JFK. Yeah, I talked about this in the last one. I already said what I think.
Okay.
Yes.
You're real. I'll give mine. I'm skeptical. I don't know if it was the CIA. I think if it was anyone, it may may be high up on the list of people who.
Actually, I'm with you. I'll tell you. I'll clarify.
I'm skeptical. I think there's something fishy going on, because I've visited where he died. I've stood on the exact spot where he was shot, and I've looked up and was like, number one, that's a far shot. That's a good. He's accurate. He was in the military. Yeah, I was he in the Marines?
I think
The SEALs or something.
he was allegedly a notoriously bad shot.
Well, he was a great shot, and because you have to understand. I know didn't he miss.
He didn't hit him in the head the first time.
Yeah.
Just to hit him in the head once is very impressive. Because I don't know have you guys shot a gun before? Have you shot a gun?
No.
Have
I
you
don't
shot a
shoot
gun?
guns now.
You've never shot a gun before?
Well, I've shot one before, but I don't do it on the regular. So.
It's kind of funny that I'm the more liberal, and I shoot guns probably more than anyone.
I guess that just goes to show you that politics isn't so cut and dry.
No, it
Yeah.
isn't. So I grew up with guns. I grew up with a gun within 20 feet away from me for the last 17 years. I could not shoot a target the size of his head from a fifth of the distance, maybe a tenth of the distance. That was far. That was a long shot.
And you got to consider the wind, all that.
Yeah, and the wind, and he was driving like he was in a car, and then to think, have you seen the Umbrella Man, like doing the stuff with the umbrella? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
He's like doing stuff with the umbrella. As soon as the shooting starts, he just starts going up and down with the umbrella. As soon as it stops, he stops
Yeah.
in the video. It just walks off.
Yeah.
Dude, that stuff's creepy. I talked to the author of a book, and there was a movie about his like book or whatever, and he was in the movie as well. He helped produce it, and I talked to him in Dallas, and yeah, he was the one who kind of got me into that.
Yeah,
That's the one conspiracy theory that I'm like, that's gotta be. It's something's fishy about that, you know.
Yeah, I haven't read too much
Something's really
about
fishy.
that, but I've known like something's up with the JFK shooting. But now like I'm pretty skeptical about it.
Dude,
you know,
it's definitely.
Again, because of Project Sunshine, I have no faith in the government that didn't kill our president.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
The CIA may have
if they can do something
killed
like that,
one of the greatest presidents ever.
it's definitely a possibility.
and Nazi scientists were responsible for NASA's work. We pardoned Nazi scientists to get us to the moon.
Did you guys hear that just now?
What?
There's like a moaning somewhere.
Oh, that's probably my stomach.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Are you
Yeah,
hungry, dude?
You guys want to go grab something to eat after this?
I'll
He-
probably just eat upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he can't eat a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
vegetarian.
We'll probably be
Keto.
we'll probably be filming pretty late too. A lot of places will probably be closed.
Yeah,
No, steak and
it's-
shake's open all night, probably.
Okay, other than steak and shake.
steak and
Yeah.
shake,
But-
classic.
But yeah, I think
Yep.
JFK was totally.
All right, you guys want to vote? I'm a
Uh,
yes.
You want to make this our last one so we can get to the top 10?
One more.
Or no, we gotta do
gotta
our
do
why
what ifs.
not?
Yeah. Okay.
Or
this is
what
it.
ifs? Why not?
This is the last
What
one.
ifs?
We won't. Maybe more conspiracies.
I'm
next time.
skeptical of if the CIA did it or not, but I know something's up with it.
Yeah, I'm skeptical that the CIA did it, but I'm certain that there was more intricacies and details. He was put on by somebody to do it, and I don't think
Mhm.
it was Cuba or Russia. I think it was the CIA.
Yeah, I'm a yes. I think there's definitely more details to it. So
Okay. What ifs?
Okay, I'm gonna start.
Buster, you start. Then
you
we'll
want
go
to
Caden, then me.
explain, Buster,
Okay, yeah.
this segment of
This
the
is,
podcast?
This is episode 5. It's a landmark episode. So we're gonna do this new thing. We're going to give a hypothetical situation, and each of us are going to talk about how we would react to the situation, given that our response was a notable one. So, what if Russia? Okay, let me give you a little background. Our nuclear treaty
Mm-hmm.
went up. It's done.
Yes.
It's over. There's no more nuclear treaty.
Scary.
What if Russia used a nuclear weapon to blow up the capital, D.C.?
Just DC.
Yeah, they nuked Washington D.C.
Wow.
The
my
president died.
my answer will be quick. There would be no. We would all die.
You think so?
Yes, but I don't think another nuclear bomb would ever go off. Well, I don't think a nuclear bomb will ever be detonated again.
You think so?
No.
What
And
if-
I hope it doesn't, because that's. I wish if I could get rid of every nuclear bomb on the planet right now, I think anyone would say this, that they would.
Yeah.
I wish they were. Yeah, they may have been needed for after World War II. But, dude, you gotta think about how sad that is. Like, if that happened, life as
what
we
if
know it would not be the
Washington,
same.
D.C. was just gone because of Russia.
Would it just Washington?
They just Washington.
So
They
no
launched
other
it.
areas are affected.
No, not right off the bat. As
Okay.
a result of our response, maybe something does.
All right.
But right off the bat, all they do is knock out Washington D.C.
Okay. For me, I mean, I think it'd be pretty chaotic. honestly.
I couldn't see a future. I
Yeah.
think it'd be done. Just one nuclear blast would ruin it.
You think Russia would invade the United States after?
Even if they did, dude, it'd be over. We would have already nuked them back, and then everyone would have been nuking each other. And it would be over. Society would be over.
Do you not think we'd make a more
The
intelligent
government would be
decision
over.
Do you think we are so trigger happy that we would fire another one off in response?
Sadly, yes.
I disagree.
I think we would.
I think Americans.
I think
Well, I
Americans
suppose
wouldn't, but the government would.
The government's gone.
Yeah,
well,
who's gonna
yeah,
make the
that's
decision?
true. That's I don't know why I
There's
didn't
no
think of that.
sort of organization to make that decision anymore.
And there will be multiple
Who
people.
who would take over?
Yeah, there would be multiple people.
The states would have to
wanting-
band together.
There'd be multiple people
mean,
wanting to rise up
The
and take
states the states would have to band together
We absolutely
after one unified government, like all the state, every governor, all the state government have to band together and decide what they want to do, because DC would be gone.
Yeah, because standing president is vice president, and
Yeah.
he's also reduced to ash.
That's kind of a depressing one.
Usually, when there's an emergency, they'll all flee to like a bunker.
Olympus has fallen.
Greenbrier.
We've got the Greenbrier bunker.
Yes, we do.
That place.
Have,
Yeah,
I've
I've
been-
seen
have
it.
you been in there? Have either of you
Oh
two been in
yeah,
there?
that's so cool.
Isn't it cool?
It's so
It's.
cool.
I played laser tag in there
What?
multiple times actually.
Dude, I wish I
Have
did
you guys seen Olympus Has Fallen?
Yes.
A little bit, yeah. Not the whole thing.
So, Kaden, do you want to do your what if?
Yeah. All right. So this is kind of going back to we're kind of hungry. So what if you can only eat one food for the rest of your life? What would it be?
Dude, this one's easy. Potatoes. Dude, you can do anything
You can
with
do
a potato.
anything with potatoes. That is very true.
Potato, anything.
So like The Martian.
Dude, French fries, mashed potatoes. I mean, hash browns.
Hash
Anything.
browns are pretty good.
What about sauce? Can we have
Potatoes-
sauce with our hash
No.
browns?
No.
No, only potatoes, no condiments.
Dude, then I just wouldn't want to live.
Gosh, I don't know if I'd go for like potatoes or wheat.
What about like cake?
You can have a potato cake, have fun.
Mm.
No, just like cake.
What about it?
Like that's my last food.
Well, I
It's
suppose,
cake.
I suppose you could have cake.
Or pizza.
Oh no, it begins.
Oh shoot. Are you serious? Do you have extra batteries?
No.
What? Oh,
It'll hold on. It'll hold out.
okay.
We'll be good.
Okay, let's just keep going.
Well, if I could eat one food, probably just for the fun of it, biscuits and gravy. I love me some good biscuits and gravy.
Is it both of them? Oh no.
Dude. Are we gonna have to what are we gonna do? The lighting's gonna be terrible. We're gonna have to turn on the lights.
They're not here for the lights. It's okay. We'll be alright.
Okay, then we can turn on the lights.
Nah, we'll just.
I'm not gonna be able to see.
We'll just. It'll be chill.
I'm gonna go
End of
blind.
episode. Well, the top 10 will be like. You know.
Okay, let's
The
all
chill
let's
top
all
10.
since all the stuff's dying, like last episode, let's go around, say our food, and then we'll go on to mine, and then we'll be done with it, and we'll go to top 10. Bam.
All right,
Okay, yours?
biscuits and gravy.
Well, that's probably gonna be pizza. I changed my mind. Pizza's awesome. You can do a lot of stuff with pizza.
Yeah, pizza. That's
Pizza's
right.
a good
That's
food.
right.
My what if? What if you could only
Turn it off. Kill it. Do it.
do it?
It's on the inside. The bottom of the inside.
I have it. Like I have it. I just can't. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Do it. What if you only could listen to 1 year of music, like 1972, all the music from 1972,
Oh wow.
Oh, mine's
all
easy.
the. What is it?
1979.
Oh Lord, The Wall,
And the Pleasure Principle by Gary Newman.
and that's it.
That's all I need.
What about 1977?
No, don't need it.
Not a New Hope. Excuse me. Star Wars soundtrack.
I get the Alien soundtrack.
Oh Lord.
Thanks for playing.
It's like the
Good.
not as good
I'll take
Sci-fi
1979.
series. We talked about sci-fi our first episode. Yeah, that was a long time ago. We filmed that like a month and a half ago. Wow.
Yeah.
But it'll release a week and a half before this episode. That's weird, isn't it?
What?
The difference between this episode and the first episode is like 10 days, but we worked on the first episode for weeks.
In the middle of July, yeah.
For weeks, too. Like, we worked on it like 2 weeks in advance. We were talking about what we were going to talk about. This episode
5 minutes
was
before.
like 5 minutes before. We were just hanging around. I was sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. Like, that our process is so different. We've been working on this podcast for months.
Yeah.
Like, so I first came to him with this idea probably 8 months ago.
It was probably March.
Yeah, about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And at first, he thought my idea, because my idea was kind of different at first. I wanted to have more people host it, like 5 or 6 every time. And I wanted it to be on like nerdy stuff and reacting to stuff, and a lot shorter. And he kind of didn't like that idea. And then I started watching a lot of Joe Rogan, and I was like, dude, let's start a podcast. And he's like, okay. And then he got really into it, and then we just went all out.
Well,
Yeah, I love it, man.
We probably spent $1,000 on all this equipment.
Oh, dude, I think it's more.
Think so?
I tell people it's probably like $3,000. You got to think about this. Every one of these mics, the lights, the freaking cameras, this, like everything.
You want to know what like the single most expensive piece of hardware probably was?
What? This right here.
That handheld recorder.
How much was it?
I think I spent $215.
Well, these were 200, right?
Yeah, but they came with other stuff.
Okay. So that's $600 right there. Dang, and then the mics,
Mixer was expensive too.
the mixer,
Yeah.
dude. But this came a long way, and I'm proud it has. I'm really glad it has.
Did you do your what if yet?
Yeah,
We're
it
on
was
top
like,
10.
Yeah,
Top 10.
we said
year.
what if music? What if
Oh, that's right. That's right.
you only had 1 year of music?
What year would you take?
This
I
is tough.
I've been thinking about this. I mean, I don't really listen to a lot of old music, but I can remember a time back in, 8th grade when I'd listen to heavy rotation over and over. So I'm going to say 2016.
2016. I'm gonna say 1991.
Nirvana, I bet, huh?
Nirvana and Metallica.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite Metallica album, but
Which
you
one
have
was it?
Nevermind.
Kill 'Em
So it's it's the Black Album, and I don't like the Black Album, but since Nevermind is in
All? It's
1991,
trash blower.
and I have at least I have some Metallica and some Nirvana, 2 of my favorite bands.
All right.
So speaking of music, top 10 for the day. We had top 10 albums with Noah last week, in episode 3. So we have top 10 songs of all time. Can I go ahead and start us off? You got anything to say?
I do have a preface. This is probably the most fluid and the most difficult top 10 we will do.
Oh,
because
yes,
You
definitely.
ask me in an hour what my top 10 songs are, there's chance that one of these would change.
And albums are the same. I
Yeah,
felt the same way
honestly.
about albums. I felt albums were pretty hard.
However, this is going to give you a general. I think you'd see the same artists on either list. So
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go 10. Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin. That's a good song.
Yeah,
It's
it's
pure
great
rock
fun.
and roll. Led Zeppelin 4. It's a great album.
except for Stairway to Heaven, which sucks.
Yeah, that song's terrible. It's overrated. I'm joking. But Led Zeppelin 4 was, I believe, number 8 on my top 10 albums of all time. And this would have to be my favorite song off that album. There's a few other really good songs off that album. When the Levee Breaks, I love that song. But this song just takes the cake. It's an amazing song. Black Dog, Stairway to Heaven, they're great songs. But this song is just an awesome song. Rock and roll. It's in the title. Rock and roll. It's rock and roll. I believe you have one Led Zeppelin song on your list.
Do you?
I bet
You're
it's
gonna be let down.
Really? Trampled Underfoot isn't on your top 10?
No.
It almost made my top 10.
Didn't make the cut.
So Kaden, I know his musical preferences are much different from mine and Buster's. Mine and Buster's are probably a lot more similar than his.
Yeah.
Even though mine and Buster's kind of differentiate. But let's go ahead and hear your number
All right,
10.
so I have a lot of diversity on my list. So I'm just gonna start with number 10, Highlands by Hillsong. I love the band Hillsong. It's a Christian song. So over the summer I went to Camp Cowan, and so I've been going there for a long time. And so it was a really good song that they played during the camp. And so shout out to my people going to Cowan. Good song.
Sweet.
Buster, number 10.
All right.
Sweet.
For number 10, I'm looking at the Todd Rundgren song "Can We Still Be Friends" off his album
Can we?
Hermit of Mink Hollow. This song is really incredible. The lyrics aren't even that solemn, yet he still achieves this great sound. It sounds so clean and thorough, and the keyboard work is just the best. And it's the best pop song ever made. Probably it's real short and sweet. And
Not Billie
love
Jean?
the song. Again, just like last time, Thriller did not make the albums list. Billie Jean did not make the songs list. Billie Jean is on this note card that I was working through, but couldn't bring myself to do it.
Didn't bring yourself to it. Okay, I'll go ahead to number 9. I have a Nirvana song. As you guys probably know, I'm a big Nirvana fan. But this is one of my favorite Nirvana songs. It is Something in the Way. It is a very deep and simple song. Apparently, it was written by Kurt Cobain while he was sleeping under a bridge. And it's about being under a bridge. And the chorus is simply "Something in the Way" over and over again. It is so simple, but yet so deep. And it makes you feel so incredible. And it's so hard to explain. But it's just an amazing song. And you should listen to it. It's very depressing. And I just love Kurt Cobain. He's one of the greatest musicians of all time. One of the best lyricists of all time. I know Buster hates that.
I hate to put a damper on your parade, but
And
he's
he-
not even the best musician in Nirvana.
Okay, Dave Grohl is amazing. But Kurt Cobain takes the cake. Kurt Cobain is one of the greatest. I think they're both some of the greatest musicians of all time. Dave Grohl's had immense success with Foo Fighters and Nirvana, but I think
Other
Kurt Cobain.
projects, too.
I think Kurt Cobain takes the cake.
All right, my number 9. It's "Cover Me Up" by Morgan Wallen, the Morgan Wallen version, not the other one. So, embracing my inner country boy here. Had to put a country song on there. I love my country music. Morgan Wallen's a good artist. He's pretty popular nowadays. This summer he had a number 1 song, "Whiskey Glasses." So he just got a nice country voice. It's good to listen to, good to harmonize with. So that's my number 9.
Cool.
Buster?
My number 9 is I'm not sure which version I like more, so I'll just say them both. They're both in the spot. They both do pretty much the same thing. The song is "Turn Around, Look at Me," and the two different bands are the Letterman and the Vogues. And this is, I think it's a '60s song. It's one of them's more of like a vocal thing, and the other one has full orchestration. And it might qualify as doo-wop. I'm gonna count it as doo-wop. It's doo-wop at its finest, if you would count it as doo-wop. The harmonies are incredible, and the emotion conveyed by both groups during the chorus is incredible. Some of the high notes that the Letterman hit in their version, they have such force behind them. Really, just a beautiful song. I don't know. Most people don't really listen to doo-wop, but if you do, I recommend you look up "Turn Around, Look at Me." It's really just a beautiful, great song.
Okay, and we'll go on to number 8. Number 8 for me, this is Buster's, I believe it's your favorite band, Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Us and Them. It's probably the second best song off of Dark Side of the Moon, my favorite album.
You know, it's pretty weird how the best band of all time could make the worst album of all time.
That's the end of the basement today. But Dark Side of the Moon's best album of all time. It's the fourth best-selling album of all time. Behind the one and only Eagles' Greatest Hits and two other albums. Thriller and there's another.
I don't know.
There will be another. Yoda. Quoting Star Wars again. But Us and Them is amazing. The chorus, so deep and amazing. And just, gosh, if you hear the song at night and you get in your feels and you're alone in your car.
It hits different.
It hits different. It hits way different. And the saxophone solo.
Holy crap.
Dude, it's
so good.
It's amazing. And you know which song is going to be my favorite off this album. It's going to be a lot higher on this list.
Yeah, Money.
It's no, it is your favorite song off this album as well, and you know it is one of the best Pink Floyd songs.
Oh yeah,
by
it
far.
really is great.
But we'll get to that at number 2. Foreshadowing. That's not really foreshadowing. That's just telling you that it's going to be number 2.
By the way, here's a prediction because I'm a clairvoyant. Blower's number 1 song of all time is "Enter Sandman."
Nope. It's more poser than that.
It better not be. Better not.
All right.
It's even more poser than Enter Sandman.
It smells like Teen Spirit.
No, it's Nickelback. That's not even poser. That's just stupid.
All right, kid.
All right, my number 8 is "I Fall Apart" by Post Malone. It's a pretty deep song.
Out of all rappers, Post Malone is definitely the better side of the rap.
Mad respect to Posty, man.
He has some good music. He likes a lot of older music.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, and I like that rap can kind of. I like when rap kind of mixes or.
Yeah, he's got a lot of songs with guitar too, because
Yeah,
he plays guitar. So he's got that balance, and this song, in particular, is like in 8th grade. This and another song higher on my list, number 2. Is like I would listen to these like all the time and like just scream them like going in like driving down the road. So I Fall Apart, Post Malone, number 8.
Yeah.
All right, Buster.
Let's see what I put down. Okay, number 8, "Climbing to the Moon" by the Eels. So it is a really nice song. It's mostly I like the John Bryan version better. There's the album version and there's the John Bryan version, but they're both. But it's just different mixes of the same song. The John Bryan one is acoustic almost entirely, and there's like flute and a lot of guitar. But the lyrics in this song are really, really sad. Basically, this Mark Oliver Everett guy, his dad was like a quantum physicist and all this stuff, but his life, he's not had good luck. And his mom had like cancer. And this song is about being hospitalized and not being able to do anything.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's being helpless and sad. I don't know. It's real sad. Like I've never really had a personal experience with somebody with cancer that they've been going through the process, but I can still feel it, which goes to show that it's a great song.
It's sad stuff. Oh, I'll go on to my number 7. Another Nirvana song. This isn't their song, but "The Man Who Sold the World." It's a David Bowie song, but the Nirvana cover is a lot better.
Oh,
it's amazing. It is. I know people who have never listened to grunge or alternative or rock, and this song, they're in love. They love it, and they're like, I love this song. I want to listen to more. And then they listen to more Nirvana, and they're like, I want more "The Man Who Sold the World." Like, that's the best. And I'm like, that's their best song. And I think that is their best song. That's the best that they have to offer. I think "Something in the Way" and "The Man Who Sold the World" are the best Nirvana has to offer, and it's amazing, and it's just on another level when it comes to alternative music. Other than one more song, I think. Yes, I have one more. No, I have two more alternative rock or grunge songs left on my list.
All right, Kaden.
All right, my number 7. When It Rains, It Pours. Luke Combs.
Oh yeah.
Gotta love me some Luke Combs. This song's
He became very popular.
Yeah, this song is a pretty cool song. It's about him. He has his ex-girlfriend, and he wins tickets to down to the beach or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it says, but it's basically just how ironic how it's like she's trying to take him back, and he's like, "Oh no, you're not getting me." Blah, blah, blah. So When It Rains, It Pours. Luke Combs, good song. Love me some Luke Combs.
All right, my next pick here is Cherry Colored Funk by Cocteau Twins. You ever just find a song that's like really ethereal? Like it sort of just feels out there.
Mhm.
It's sort of lost. And
Yes.
hang on, come closer to your mic.
Yes.
Are we still good?
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was just a little concerned. This is completely acoustic, but
Yeah, it's not acoustic. Hey,
Alright.
it is not acoustic,
all right,
Buster.
just want to check.
It's just not acoustic.
Okay. Cherry Colored Funk by Cocteau
Okay,
Twins.
we're good.
The use of synths and the guitar, and I think the most standout thing is the wispy vocals in the chorus. They go way up high, and it's like it's lost in reality, just sort of floating through. It starts off with it's a really unsure song, and it moves so fluently, and it's pretty sad. And I like it, and it's just one of those songs that if you're driving at night, you just turn it up all the way in your car, all the way.
Oh yeah,
You just feel it.
I understand that. Next, you like this song, I believe, Buster. It's a Radiohead song,
I probably like it then.
Knives Out.
Yeah, off of Amnesiac.
That's an amazing song. I love that
song's
song.
about cannibalism.
Really,
Oh yeah.
I sing it, but I don't know the meaning. I should be ashamed of myself. Nirvana would make fun of me. In
Oh, yeah.
Bloom is making fun of people like me who don't know the meaning.
Yeah, Amnesiac is pretty much about a descent into losing all morals and doing horrible things.
Well, I love
like
this
eating
song.
People. Oh yeah.
I've loved this song. I was gonna put Climbing Up the Walls, or I was thinking of a couple other songs. Talk Show Host. That's another one of my favorite
Yeah.
Radiohead songs. But I think Knives Out takes the cake.
Yeah,
That's a good
I really
song.
like how that Amnesiac, it's like sort of jazzy,
Mm.
you know, like especially in that song, it's like the guitar is like, I don't know, it feels kind of swung great.
Yeah,
I love that
I can't do it with my voice, but it's amazing. You should go listen to it if you haven't heard it. Okay, and you should listen to it. I don't. You haven't heard it, I bet.
What is it again?
It's called Knives Out by Radiohead. I'll play it afterwards. It's a good song.
Yeah,
Alright.
It's real
Knives
good.
Out. All right, got you. So, we're number 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Next on my list, going back to Luke Combs again, going Beautiful Crazy. This is it's kind of a white girl song in a way, but like it's a white girl song, but
Combs.
yeah, but this is like one of the songs that I literally just scream the words to, like when I'm with my friends or something like that. So yeah, nothing much to it. It's
Okay.
just good song.
So Luke Combs stuff.
Yep. Yeah, brother.
All right, this is supplementary blower content here. I'm
Yes.
picking up the slack from where he set it down. This is Climbing Up the Walls by Radiohead.
I love this song. This song is my second favorite Radiohead song.
Yeah, this song makes me feel really uncomfortable almost all the time.
It's
It's
amazing.
great.
So that's why it's your number 6.
Yeah, the lyrics are about releasing mentally insane people into the public, like dangerous people. And the
I think
music reflects-
you were
different.
the one who introduced me to this song.
I think yeah.
Yeah,
song
because
is
you
horrifying.
introduced me to it. Then I went home, listened to this album a couple weeks later, found this song, forgetting that you showed me it, and loved it.
It's creepy, man. And Tom York's screaming vocals.
It's amazing.
The end of the chorus. It's creepy stuff.
It's good. It's
uncomfortable.
good music.
You if music can make you uncomfortable, that's good music.
Next we have number 5 on my list. All Along the Watchtower, Jimi Hendrix. He does it the best. This is an amazing song. This just makes me feel like this song just explains my life, and it just makes me like happy. And it's just awesome. And I love Jimmy. Wow, we've been filming a long time today. I'm tired. We've been filming for like at least 6 hours today.
Oh yeah.
But All Along the Watchtower, this is an amazing song. I just love it, and it makes me happy just thinking about it. We're good. Any thoughts on All Along the Watchtower?
Yeah, that's good.
It's a good song. It's
Yeah.
great. It's great.
I haven't heard it. I
love
haven't probably heard any of you guys'.
You've probably heard
You've
it.
probably heard.
Oh, I've probably heard it, but just not knowing it by the name, you know.
Yeah.
It's like one of the most you've heard it.
Yeah, I've heard it definitely probably. So I'll go ahead and do my number 5. So if you're a West Virginian, you know this song.
Almost
And-
Heaven. Q Country Roads.
Q Country Roads,
Yes.
baby.
Q Country
I
Roads.
love my state. You know,
Wait,
Country
where's it?
Roads.
That's right there. Q Country Roads.
Yeah, baby.
I used to not like that song. I really
Really?
didn't like it. I thought it was stupid. And it, like in kindergarten when we sang it, I'm like, I hate this place. West Virginia's stupid. I
You know,
really
I've-
like the song.
Yeah. Yeah, I've really grown to like learn to love my state
I like
and be
the state.
proud to be a West Virginian.
I'm
So
not proud of being a West Virginian, but I think it's the most quiet paradise in the Union. And it's upsetting that we have so many problems like the opioid crisis. And this song perfectly reflects everything that West Virginia
Mhm.
should be.
I think
Yeah.
it's so sad, and this is such a sad and tragic state. But I'm still proud that I'm from here. And when I grow up and move away, which was very soon, like very soon, we're coming up on. I'm actually I'm going to WVU next year. But after that, I'm moving out. But later on in life, I'm going to be proud that I was from here, and I'm going to show my kids this song. And when they hear this song, I want them to know it's about my state. This is where I'm from. This is where,
yeah, exactly.
You know, if
And even people from other states know the song. Too,
yeah, and
so.
I went on vacation in March. They were like, "Dude, do you hear Country Roads on like a daily basis?" I was like, "Yes." Like you could just be walking down the street and hear Country Roads, and it's like, "Oh, Country Roads."
Yeah.
It's not like a big deal.
It's something that like in band, we usually get yelled at for singing or doing stupid stuff. But like at a football game, if that came on and we started singing it, he's not going to say anything to us. No
Yeah,
one's going to say anything. 'cause
It's a West Virginia anthem.
It's reverent, you know.
it's just our song.
Yeah.
It's like that West Virginia national anthem.
Yep.
Everyone that we could probably sing it right now.
Oh yeah.
Almost
Yeah,
heaven.
we're not going to.
Yeah.
What's it say next?
We won't go there.
Number 5 is
we could sing it all though.
the title
Definitely.
track on one of the best metal albums of all time, Lateralis by Tool. This track is-
Tool is not even a good metal band at all.
Guys, we're gonna get a new host. Yeah, Blower won't be on the.
Tool
next one.
sucks, dude. Tool is terrible. Now they can't hear me. Okay, Tool is terrible, and you should listen to a new metal band because they suck. And I can name like 15 metal bands right now that are better.
Anyhow, Lateralis is an incredible song. Name another band that delves into philosophical mathematics. You can't do it.
My band,
Your band?
yes, with Desley Graham
How's that going?
and Brendan Wentz. It's going good.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
yeah. We dove into that stuff.
Your music will never be as good as Lateralis by Tool.
We actually sold more albums than them,
Lateralis is
like 5,
it's a
because
long
no one
song.
bought
It's a
that
sprawling
album
song about spiraling and being outside and Fibonacci sequence.
because it sucks.
All of the meanings of the lyrics are conveyed not through them but through connotation. it's all like, if you like psychedelics so much, listen to this song. It talks about
Maybe I will.
like there. A lot of people think that the artist, I think his name was Alex Gray. He described his experience with LSD as like seeing black and white, and then red, and yellow and green. They all just started coming to him, and it talks about how, you know.
Wait, can we go ahead and make this clear? Every top 10 has incorporated LSD in some way for you.
And heroin.
Heroin.
Oh my goodness.
We're not to the heroin yet.
The episode 1 included heroin or LSD.
No,
episode
it was LSD with H.R. Giger.
Yes, episode 3 did as well. With
Hey, none of the presidents did LSD,
I don't know. Billy may have done it.
but he wasn't on my list.
He was on Andy's.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he was on Andy's. He was the only one. That's the only list he was on was Andy's.
Yeah. Lateralis is awesome. I had trouble picking a track off of it, but I decided that the title track was the way to go.
Okay. We'll go ahead to number 4 since. Yeah, we're a good bit into the episode, so we'll go on to number 4 and I'll speed mine up a little bit. Fade to Black by Metallica. It's on their second album, Ride to Lightning. It is the 4th track. It is the best track. It opens up with a nice little acoustic guitar riff and then quickly fades into an electric guitar. Amazing, just captivating guitar kind of solo, slow solo. And it's an amazing song, and the guitar work is some of the best guitar work of all time. It has one of the best guitar solos of all time, and it talks about it. The meaning is the meaning of the song is about like suicide, and a man who commits suicide, and it's too late, and he's like rethinking himself, but it's already too late, and it really makes you think about mental health in general, because we talked about mental health on the last episode. And suicide, and it makes you think in a different perspective of the person who's actually doing it, and how kind of sad and depressing it is, because it's a very metal song. It's very it's loud and guitar, and everything's going on. It's quick, but when you listen to the lyrics and just read the lyrics, it's depressing. Like if I had the lyrics on me right now, I'd read them. It's so dark and depressing, but it's amazing.
Ride the Lightning.
One of those you can put into a poem.
Read the lyrics.
Read the Lightning, or Ride the Lightning, more like read the lyrics.
Do you want me to?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Could you read the lyrics and put them into like a poem almost?
Let me read.
Have you ever heard of a spoken word?
Poem.
Oh yeah, like Leonard Cohen and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
okay.
cool stuff.
Right here. Life, it seems to fade away, drifting further every day, getting lost within myself. Nothing matters, no one else. I have lost the will to live, simply nothing more to give. There's nothing more for me, need the end to set me free. Things not what they used to be, missing one inside of me. Deathly losses can't be real, cannot stand this hell I feel. Emptiness is filling me to the point of agony. Growing darkness taking dawn. I was beamed, and now he's gone.
dang.
No one but me can save himself, but it's too late. Now I can think why I should even try. Yesterday seems as though it never existed. Death greets me warm. Now I must say goodbye. Goodbye.
I think that's a little too edgy and on the nose for me.
It's dark and it's deep.
A more subtle song that says the same thing.
What?
Hurt.
Hurt's amazing.
I guess the lyrics are by Trent Reznor, but they can be interpreted differently. By
I
Johnny
think
Cash.
I think Hurt is so deep, and the Johnny Cash version is so deep, and it's so amazing, and the music video is so deep. But this song, for me, is just as deep and better, and amazing. These are two totally different songs, but in the deepness factor, I think this song's deeper.
It's a little too on the nose for me, but that's all right.
It is on the nose, and it's incredibly deep, and it's sad.
So I'll go ahead and move on. Number 4, I'll lift up the spirits here in the podcast. I'm going with Colder Weather by Zach Brown Band.
Yes. This
song was the song that really got me into country music. Zach Brown Band, really good band.
I I like Zach Brown Band a lot.
Yeah.
I like this choice. I like it.
Yeah, this song is it's kind of a love song in a way, about mainly about just missing someone. And so this song, like, when I first listened to it, it was just like, wow, you know. I didn't know.
It's some deep country.
Yeah, I didn't know
Some
that
deep
there
stuff.
was this much to offer in country music. So that's why I started listening to Zach Brown Band. So if you get the chance, listen to the song "Colder Weather" by Zach Brown Band.
I love Zach Brown Band. That's one of my favorite country groups. Of all
Yeah,
time.
I liked it so much. I learned how to play it on the piano.
It's good.
So
It's great.
it's a
I
good
love
song.
that song.
All right, Buster, take it away.
My number 4 is by the guy that made Hurt, but it's not Hurt. This is, I think, the coolest Nine Inch Nails song. I love it. It's Head Like a Hole. It's the first track on the first album, Pretty Hate Machine. I love this song. I think it's probably the coolest song ever made. The synths are just so cool. That's the lyrics. You know, they're anti-money. You know, they're straight out of the 80s, 90s era. You can tell. But this is like something that, like, you guys know what Batman Beyond is?
Yes.
That TV show or
Yeah, yeah.
futuristic Batman.
I like that show. I used to love it.
That's a song that you'd hear in that.
Really.
Like, it seems like something straight out of that society. You know, money sucks, everything's horrible, but this bass riff is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. I love it.
I'll go into my number 3. It's my favorite alternative song of all time. Any guesses?
Smells like Teen Spirit.
No. Weezer.
Oh, okay, good.
Buddy Holly. I love this song. It's a great song. It's one of their most more popular tracks, and it's just amazing, and it's awesome, and it's short, and it's good, and it's awesome.
Is it short?
It's only like 2 minutes 45 seconds long.
It feels longer than that.
It's a pretty short song.
I freaking love that song.
It's a great song. That's one of the best alternative albums of all time.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. So many good songs. It was.
Oh.
Were you playing
Didn't
it?
do
Copyright.
Didn't do it.
How long is it?
Even shorter. Wait.
Wow.
2 minutes and 39 seconds.
Yeah, so it's 6 seconds shorter than I said.
Yeah.
You guys played it in the 7th grade talent show. You, Ben, all those good.
We already referenced this.
We did on episode 3. Did we reference it in the episode? I thought we talked about it outside of the episode.
3? No.
Okay, well, you guys played it and it was awesome, and I loved your when you guys played it, even
We're
though
getting good press. 6 years. Yeah, like 6 years later.
that was long. Was it that long ago?
5.
5 years ago?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane.
All right.
Dude, that's good. That's depressing because like I miss those times. Those are good times.
This is a country roads moment right here.
Bring me home. So, my number 3, switching it up a little bit. I'm going with a more rap kind of song. No Role Models by J. Cole.
Oh yeah.
You guys have heard that song? I know every word to that song. It's not much that I listen to rap music anymore. It's just like that song. When back in like 8th and 9th grade, I would literally sit at home and listen to that. I don't know why, but I would listen to that song for days on end, just trying to remember the words. It was kind of like more of like, not like a bragging thing, but like, oh, I know all the words because it's like a more upbeat song. It's got a lot of lyrics in it. And it just, J. Cole is by far one of my favorite rappers. He's really good at delivering his message. He tells stories really well throughout his raps. And his lyrics, he's one of the best lyrical rappers I think there's ever been. So, No Role Models, J. Cole.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, Buster, you want to tell us your number 3?
My number 3 could probably be a number of different tracks, but I chose this one. This is basically the Wall spot, because I think the Wall functions better as a whole than just one song. But I did choose one song, and it's Goodbye Blue Sky.
I didn't know there was another song on the Wall other than Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 and Comfortably Numb.
What about Money? That's a really good
Oh
song.
yeah, that's on the Wall.
Yeah.
That's on the Wall. I love that song. Yeah. Wait, is there more than 3 Pink Floyd songs?
No.
No,
What did I even say?
I don't know. Oh, it was comfortably numb. Yeah.
Oh, it must have been.
Yeah.
But anyway, Goodbye Blue Sky. I just noticed that all these there's not a single upbeat song on this list.
Dude, you're depressing.
But,
Gosh.
Goodbye Blue Sky
You need some
is
Buddy
about
Holly.
the fallout of war and all the people that are hurt that don't need to be. And
Mother, do you
people
think they'll
hiding.
drop the bomb? And then
Well.
they do drop the bomb.
But even I think
Referencing the wall, by the way.
yeah.
I'm referencing the wall.
the child speech sampled right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That makes the song even sadder. Nothing in this song makes the song any happier. It's a brutally sad song, and the Gerald Scarfe animation in the movie is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put a picture up here just for you to see. I'll put a couple for you to get the idea, so that maybe you'll go watch it on your own. So I highly recommend you go look up.
'Kay.
Yeah.
And then we'll put Robert De Niro here.
Yeah, and then we're gonna put Roger Waters right here, and then
And then
Robert De Niro here.
Okay, and then I'm going to put Dave Chappelle here. Okay. That had nothing to do with any of that. I was just thinking of the most random person I could put up there, and it was Dave Chappelle.
All right, number
Okay,
2.
number 2. The best Pink Floyd song of all time. And it's not on the wall.
It's Money.
It's better. Guesses.
You say it's not on the wall.
No, it's not on the wall. What is it?
Um,
Serious guess.
Another Brick in the Wall Part 2.
No.
No,
All right,
it's Time.
I'm just gonna take a wild
It's-
guess.
The song is Time.
Time.
Right, yeah. It's Time. The first 2 minutes and 18 seconds of the song is literally goes from clocks ticking to what sounds like a Space Cowboy theme.
I
Where
love
it's
that
like-
percussion.
And the percussion's amazing, and it's just like amazing sounds, and it makes you feel amazing, and it hits differently in the car at night when it's dark.
I think that might
and-
be my favorite drum fill ever.
It's amazing.
Boom, bada boom.
Dude, it's amazing, dude. It just, gosh, and then the guitar solo. That's just, oh my gosh, dude, that guitar solo, man. And then the meaning behind the lyrics, dude. It's sad. Like it makes you like all these songs are so sad. Why are they all gonna be so sad?
Your guys' lists are pretty sad. Mine's more upbeat.
Yeah, yours is like going to a party, and then
Thanks for
mine's like
providing some
I'm gonna
levity.
die. But yeah, let's hear some more.
All right.
I know what your next one is. It's another Posty song.
Yeah.
isn't it?
I got another Posty song lined up. White Iverson. This song, back in 8th grade, back in my glory days of basketball, middle school basketball, when I thought I was all that, you know,
Yep.
I'd listen to this song again for like days on end. Like, it was like my anthem, and like I have so many memories, like with the guys on the basketball team, just listening to this song, thinking like, oh, we're so good. Yeah. I don't know, but White Iverson.
Okay. You're number 2, Buster.
Again,
Depressing.
one of the saddest songs I've ever heard. I hate going to school most days, but one morning this song came on, and I sat out in the parking lot and listened to it. And I thought to myself, it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be all right. We're gonna make it through the day.
So it's not depressing. It's uplifting.
No, it's not. But it gives you purpose.
So it's
It's- it
It's an
surfs up.
uplifting song.
No, it's not. It's certainly not.
Then how are you like it's okay? It's gonna be okay.
I don't know how to.
It's a
describe it to
sad
you.
but for some reason
It's a s-
uplifted Buster.
I wouldn't say the term is uplifted, but inspired.
Inspirational.
Yeah, this song is "Surfs Up" by the Beach Boys. This song is about I guess the way to say it is the end of a good thing. It's come to the end of its life. It's like a it's a bittersweet thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the Surf's Up means. You know, this is not like a surf rock song. I know most people probably profile the Beach Boys as that, but this song is like a really grand thing. It's got a lot of piano and trumpets and stuff, and it's real moody. And at the end, there's like a vocal harmony section, and it's almost like he's crying at the end. It's
so deep.
It's so good, and it's the opposite of On the Nose.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I listen to it, it's better and better. And it's the second most fantastic song of all time.
Well, we'll go ahead into our best songs of all time. Mine is by a band called Deep Purple. Hush by Deep Purple. I absolutely love this song. I don't know what it is. It's just freaking good. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I'm from the very beginning of like I don't know if it's a wolf or like a dog kind of like howling to the very end. It's just so good. It's just good. It's just a good song. It's not depressing either. I don't think it is.
Hush.
I hope it's not.
Okay.
I just say it's one of those songs it's always been there, and it's just been like, I love this song. It's my favorite song.
All right. So, my best song, excuse me, of all time. Got a song by Alabama. We got Dixieland Delight. Now, y'all probably have never heard this song. I don't know that you have. This song is about just being country. Like, it talks about rolling down the backwoods.
Redneck Kaden. Caden's coming out. I didn't know you were this redneck.
No, listen, and it's just like, oh, like I have so many memories listening to this song. So I go to 4-H camp, and so this is like one of the songs that they play at 4-H camp, and like everybody knows it. And so I have memories of being with people that I'll never forget, and people that singing this song with people that I'll remember for the rest of my life. And this song, it also has a dance to it that we do at 4-H camp, and it's a lot of fun. So Dixieland Delight's my favorite song of all time.
Okay, if you mixed all three of us, you would create this ultimate redneck. Like, we all have a little bit of redneck in us.
Do I?
Yes, some of your ideology has some redneck in it.
It
does, though. You know it does. You know
they're
some
not redneck ideologies. They just happen to coincide with
they are redneck ideology. So if you put all three of us together, we would create this master redneck, supreme,
three-headed redneck.
Three-headed redneck. Buster's favorite song of all time.
Try that again. It's the best song of all time.
What Nickelback song is it?
It's Photograph.
By Weezer?
By Nickelback.
Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran.
We all named. Okay, you said by Nickelback, and I said by Weezer, and he said by Ed Sheeran.
No. This song is the best grunge song of all time.
Oh,
the
Lord.
best alternative song of all time. The best metal song of all time. Yeah, it is. It smells like
Yes, smells like Teen Spirit.
This is another space song by Failure off the most fantastic album besides The Wall, Fantastic Planet. And here's the thing about this song. This is the heroin pick on the album. This is the song that was influenced by heroin. Apparently, heroin is so crazy that it literally makes you think. It makes you feel like you're in space. And boy, they made a hell of a song about it. Like the high-pitched guitar melodies. Really, really good stuff. For people listening, Blower's throwing a fit.
Wow.
There's some evidence of it there, but
Taking your list too.
Hey, his list is not guilty of the crimes.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. I don't
Those
like it.
lists did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Did they?
No. Anyway, yeah, another Space song. I think from the first time I heard the song, it was probably my favorite song ever. And it's good anywhere, but it's especially good at nighttime when you're driving along interstate. This is a song that you feel like your car should be going 3,000 miles per hour down interstate in the middle of the night. You shouldn't see lights in the same place. They should be lines. You're going so fast. Sometimes I'd be staring in West Virginia, we have a whole bunch of flight towers and stuff. There's lights in the sky everywhere. And I'm driving down interstate in a bus, just riding along. I look up at a light. This song's blaring in my ears.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's not good enough.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. Was that heroin too?
I'm done with I'm leaving the podcast.
You sound really disappointed, Blower.
I'm leaving the podcast. I'm done. This is not.
Dude, your number one wasn't Smells Like Teen Spirit.
What are you talking about? It wasn't my. I was too embarrassed because I thought you would judge me. It's actually Hush. I don't even know what that song is. It Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Guys, I'd like to change my number one song of all time. No, but really, another Space song.
I'm joking.
It
Smells Like Teen Spirit sucks.
It's not the most accessible.
It doesn't suck. It's just not
as good
as there are other songs. But
well, all right. This has been real good. Thanks for coming on, Kaden.
Yeah, anytime.
You broke the record for the longest podcast.
What are we at?
No way.
150.
Oh my god.
And what's crazy is that did not feel like 150 at all.
That felt like, honestly,
That
I
felt
felt
really
like that was
quick.
the shortest.
Yeah, and like we got a lot of stuff in this. We got some juicy conversations in.
I thought it'd be shorter because when we lined up the topics, I was like, dang, this is gonna be shorter than the other ones,
But it really isn't. Like
we took it and we ran with it.
Yeah, it's fun. Doing podcasts are fun.
And everybody, before we close this out, I want to do a parting message. If you disagreed with what any of us said, because we got into some pretty controversial stuff, there's no need to be hostile about it. You can just talk to us about it.
Yeah.
We try to make things as discussion as possible and not try to argue. So if you had a problem with any of that, you can talk to us about it. Try to change our minds. We try to be a pretty open mind.
Steven Crowder.
With all seriousness though, I think we all love all people.
Yeah. Agreed.
And respect all reasonable people, no matter who you are. So, and even though our opinions are different, we should still respect each other. I still respect Kaden. I still respect Buster. We have hundreds of things we disagree on, and that's how it should be. But thank you guys for tuning in.
So
Robert Nero's face here.
Yep.
Okay.
I would like to give a shout out. Actually, by request, I've been requested to give a shout out. So, Jackson Gibson, JG Money 23, if you're watching.
Okay, we're getting Jackson and Perry and Cooper on the show. I talked to Jackson. Perry wants to come on the show, so I said might as well get Jackson.
So shout out to Jackson Gibson.
Okay.
He's a real one.
He's like okay at running. He's like, I'm better, but he's like okay.
That's rough.
Yeah.
I love you, Jackson.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching, guys. Yang Gang 2020. John McAfee Gang 2020.
Willie T.
Willie T Gang 2040. American Pageant Gang all the time. Hey, just keep going. Keep watching the podcast. We hope to see you next time. Sorry we kind of talked about stuff for 2 hours today, but it's cool. This is our 6th hour podcasting today. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Yep,
even
it's
though
been real.
Buster doesn't know that Smells Like Teen Spirit is the best song of all time. Thank you guys very much. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Okay, see you guys. See you guys. Okay, let's end it now. It's done.